Welcome back to the BookEnds YouTube channel. Today I have with me Jessica Fountain.
Hi.
So today we're going to talk about the question that I don't know what I'm saying. Welcome back to the BookEnds YouTube channel. Take two. We need one of those things. We need one of them.
Now that you've said that, you'll get one for Christmas from somebody.
That'd be nice.
I'm not getting you one.
Oh, well. Welcome back to the BookEnds YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about why don't I know how to introduce this topic. Welcome
what
back to the
like
BookEnds
to talk
YouTube
about today
channel.
is when do you start writing your next book?
Thanks.
Question we often get from querying authors.
This is what it's like to film a video here at the BookEnds headquarters.
It's really just every day. Is when do you start your next book? Now, if you're a querying author, my suggestion is the minute you hit send on that first query, you should be writing the next book. But let's clarify, not the next book in the series.
Yes.
Assuming you're writing a series. Wow, you got really excited about that.
Yeah, yeah.
The problem is, if you're writing a series and you start the next book while you're querying the first book, that first book doesn't sell, your next book's not going to sell. And don't tell me they both stand alone, blah, 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 blah. A lot of the times, the reason it doesn't sell isn't always about the writing. It could be about the hook. Presumably, you have the same hook. My suggestion is start something completely new. When you get a publishing contract for that first book in the series, you can always go back and start writing the second book. But that's a lot easier than now having 2 or 3 books that you can't even sell.
And even write yourself a detailed outline. If you want to write a 15-page outline, have at it.
Yes. Get it down on paper, on a detailed outline, and then start writing something new.
Yes.
Now, if you're a published author...
Yes. As soon as when do you write your next book?
After you've had a conversation with your agent. My suggestion is once you and your agent have gone through revisions and your agent starts submitting your book...
You should be working on something new.
But you should be working on something new after a conversation with your agent.
On what that something new should be.
Exactly.
Yes. But like it's always good to have those ideas percolating and just always thinking about your next book is never a bad thing.
But this is part of having an agent too. You have an opportunity to discuss those different ideas with the agent. What would be the strongest, what would be a great follow-up book, what that agent feels is the most marketable. I've had situations where, and I will take the fall for this, the author went forward and wrote the second book unbeknownst to me, and then I got it and I went, oh dear.
Yeah, and also knowing how much of that next book you should be writing is also important.
Right, because if that first book sells...
You need not write the entire next manuscript.
You might even have a two-book contract, and you might want to pitch that with the first book. There's a lot of variables, but you need to involve your agent, because once you get in your agent, you want to involve that person in most of your...
So it's safe to say that when you're querying, having that next idea ready, or working on your next novel, your full-length book, that's fine. But when you have an agent, definitely keep your agent in the loop on what you should be doing next steps.
Yes, and have the agent involved, because that's what you have an agent for.